What's happening, y'all? It's a dealer back with another Modern Era G.I. Joe video. And switching gears, figure with the recent review of the Eagle Hawk, it might be time to just crack open some Retaliation figures that I got sitting in the archive. I got like a tote, like whatever the biggest size tote you can get from, I don't remember if it was Home Depot or Walmart, one of those two joints. I've got one, and it's stuffed full of these figures, like just random, just mint on card, Retaliation figures. And I just figured, what the heck, since we're going down the course, whatever, just throw a couple videos in here, sprinkle it up with the theme and whatnot. I know the Triptychon video kind of broke things up, but look, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I like what I'm seeing on the Hasbro side of Transformers, and I get it. It appeals to smaller, like a their target. It's clear who they're targeting, right? And I'm buying them for my son. They're accumulating on his shelf, and when he's of age, they'll be there waiting for him. So so for now at least, I get to live vicariously through the boy. And there's no shame in that. So what we got here is the Retaliation Crimson Guard. And I gotta tell you, like, this entire run here, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought it was good, the exception of this guy. She was okay. But I mean, I'm talking, like, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Like the Night Viper, the Ultimate Storm Shadow, the Ultimate Snake Eyes, Ultimate Flint, Ultimate Roadblock, Budo, Colt. I mean, I'll even throw out Colton, whatever. The Data Viper, the Blind Master, Quinn, Cobra Commander. I don't know if I said him already. Firefly, the Dark Ninja, like all that stuff, man. That was like, y'all, that was like Hasbro, like, yo, don't worry, y'all, we got you, core fan base. We're bringing it back, but we're making some improvements, and it's a shame. It's really a shame that this is where they ended it. Like the fifth, like, don't get me wrong, like, look, the 50th was cool. It was great. We got like a couple new characters. We got some new sculpts. We got an Arctic Bat, a Heat Viper, a Tombstone, a Heavy Duty, a Stiletto, an updated Gung Ho, a Shadow Guard, a Crimson Shadow Guard that took this exact mold and blacked it out, and that was sick. We got the Viper, the Iron Grenadier reissue, and all that jazz, right? Anyway, I'm rambling. So let's get down to it. This is what we're here for, right? So Old Faithful has had a blade upgrade. So let's see how she does. Let's see how she does with the upgrade. And as per the usual, folks, right? Make sure that your appendages are free and clear. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Like butter. Like butter. That's how you want it, man. That's how you want it. So, let's just get up in here. And these corners, they're always tricky, right? But I mean, once you get it, which I think I've maybe I don't, maybe I do. Man, this is a new blade too. Oh, there we go. Like butter. Don't worry, I won't quit my day job, folks. All right, here we go. Oh, man, look at that. It just like straight up. Did that? Wow, that almost took it all the way. And that did take it all the way. All right. So it should be noted, for the file cards, this is what you got, which was kind of lame, but that's okay. This here more than makes up for it. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what I'm looking for. So these guys actually came with a decal sheet, which is really cool, and we'll get to that. We'll actually do that on camera. Why not, right? So that's what it looks like in the packaging. As you can see, it's stuck with the whole theme of gearing up your Joe. came with a dog tag shaped stand. I don't know why I'm having problems speaking, but that's what the stands look like. Nothing special on the back. So we'll get him geared up, and then we'll come back and we'll throw some decals on him, talk articulation, etc., and whether or not you should add this puppy to your collection. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, just kind of chilling, hanging out. I don't know if I got my lighting like messed up or whatever, but he is on the stand, and there is like the gear that he comes with that he cannot accommodate. So right now he's got the gun, you can see the sword protruding through there, and he's got a knife sheathed. So all in all, load out on this guy, top notch. They didn't skimp one bit whatsoever. And I mean, this is reminiscent of the era when you could tell kind of like, and I'll use like a little slang here, but Hasbro had their ear to the streets, right? And what I mean by that is they were listening. I mean, I want to say like some of the characters we got like later on in the Retaliation line, those were revealed as like these Vault-esque concept characters, and even in the 50th line with Gung Ho, and you know, folks were just like blown away, like, holy smokes, are we gonna get these at retail? What's going on? And you know, I was really surprised when this line wound up at Ollie's and Five Below. Now, I'm not sure if that was a distribution thing. I'm not sure if I almost want to side with the community and say it sure as heck wasn't a the fans weren't buying thing. But, I mean, like, man, like, I don't know, man. Like, as fanboys, we can be very brutal when it comes to the hand that feeds us. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, there was, like, rumors that we were going to get a Terradrome, right? And then speculation on prices started popping up, like, oh, yeah, you know, I think they could do it, but, like, as much resource and plastic and blah, 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 blah as it would take, you know, I think it's going to be, like, $299. And, like, folks were like, oh, well, no, I'll just get it on clearance and meh. Like, look, guys, like, I get it. Like, we might not agree with the offering price, but here's what I'll say going forward. Like, if this product makes a resurgence back at retail, you gotta put your money where your mouth is, man. You've got to. If you want to see play sets, if you want to see big ticket vehicles, I'm talking like Hammerhead-esque, Thunderclap-esque, Rolling Thunder-esque vehicles, we are going to have to start ponying up some cash, man, because that stuff takes money. The retooling of the pegs to accommodate these modern figures takes money, you know. And big ups to Daryl DePriest for, you know, look, guy's VP of like global brand management or some crap, like some fancy $5 title over there, right? But he's the only cat that shows up at the conventions. He's the only cat from the House of H that shows up at the convention. So what that tells me is that this dude is doing everything he can for the brand. And look, I don't know his history. I just know I met him a couple times. Dude's cool. But maybe he's been vested since the beginning. You know, maybe he has a personal stake. I don't know. The only thing I do know is he's the only one that seems to want to listen. And that's great. So big ups to that cat. Anyway, I'm veering off on a tangent because this figure, the Crimson Guard, holds like a super nostalgic place in the lore for me. And seeing it updated here, like having gone through opening one, you know, inhaling the fumes of the new PVC plastic, whatever you want to call it, smell. It's just, you know, the memories are surging. So anyway, as stated earlier, we got this bit of business going here, right? the decal sheet. So which one shall we use? Well, what I like to do, and I don't even know if this is correct, but this is the way that dealer does it, right? Is I take one of these square ones, and I put it here because that seems to be the only place that wants to accommodate. And then I take one of these thin ones and I put it here on the leg right there. Now, it's your Joe world. You play however you want to play, but like I'm looking at this and I don't see another, maybe this will accommodate. But like, you see that texture? Like, that texture could pose a problem like long term for the decal, and I really don't see anywhere else like it could go, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to I don't know, I was rocking the, man, are these guys part Air Force? These guys aren't Air Force. Here's what I'll do. I'll just, you know what, when it comes go time, you should just stick with what you know. And this is all I got. All I see, all I know. Alright, I'm gonna go off camera for a sec. I'm gonna keep talking. But the purpose here is to procure one of these decals. And to be honest with you, I don't know if it's gonna happen. Oh wait, there we go. Finally got it to separate. Now, I don't know how these things have held up over the last, shoot, when was this? Like 6 years ago, something like that. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna take it off first and foremost because it ain't lined up right. To my satisfaction, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna do like, I think I'm gonna do like that. Yeah. That's how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push it down. I'm gonna make sure that it adheres. And usually, guys, like, I get it, man. Like usually here's the deal. So I've already got like 10 of these dudes, 12 of these dudes, like, out of package. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I only got like 8. But I have several, regardless. I have several of these dudes out of package. A quick pro tip, what you want to do usually is you want to take like a cotton ball or a washcloth or something, get it wet with warm water and just sort of scrub the surface area down. What that does is that gets rid of any release agents that may or may not be present on the toy. At this point, I don't know that it matters because this dude's been preserved in the archives for who knows how long, and because he's on camera, you know, volunteering for the cause, I'm gonna take one of the skinny like stripe rank stickers. I'm gonna take the one with the star, and I'm gonna apply it to his leg because he deserves a star for what he's, you know, for volunteering on camera. I think that's as straight as I'm gonna get it. Right, so this is typically how I've been rolling with these guys. Again, I don't know if it's right. There really is no right or wrong way. I mean, it's my Cobra verse. I'm gonna play how I want to play, right? But that's him. I mean, that's a feature that these dudes come with, and it's kind of cool, right? Because like, if you got a lot of them, you could designate rank, you could designate troopers, an officer, etc. And while the overall presentation doesn't vary too much, you know, the detailed, the trained eye will look and be like, oh wow, he's got, you know, 3 stripes and a star, whatever rank that is. So anyway, so getting into the articulation here, what I find impressive, and just take my word for it, under the vest, he has the 25th Crimson Guard torso, and it even has, yeah, let's just see if I can't So impressively enough, it even has the painted metals, the eagle, and the tampographed Cobra insignia on it, which like I said, when they were doing these, they knew what was up. They didn't skimp on anything. So brand new head sculpt, mind you, updated head sculpt of the Crimson Guard. You got the web gear here with sort of the red finish with the black wash to bring out all these nice details. Tampograph Cobra insignia, tampograph Cobra insignia, free pouch there, but you see that the differences on the paint. You see that he has the shoulder strap web gear there with the little, I don't even know what the technical term for that is, but y'all know what I'm saying. The web gear there. Paint. Cast in gray, but that's okay. Black paint with this gray weathered wash on it. And I mean, this figure is like, oh man, this is like when these figures were like works of art for what the scale was. Again, the scale. Talking about the 1/118th scale, this is absurd. Paint. So it should be noted, his sword, God. I don't know if it was cast in black and the silver was painted, or if it was cast in silver and the handle was painted black. Either way is clean. The sheath accommodates. The knife, very well. Removable pistol, standard issue. Y'all know what that is. I want to say updated articulation, updated joints. Articulation on this thing is fantastic. Again, updated joints. So you get the updated wrist swivel. Since these are the 25th Alley Viper legs, you do not get the updated ankle tilt, but you do get the traditional, right? Double knee joint. Get you the almost collapsible. Despite the gear, 360-degree rotation is not hindered. You get up to there, and the elbows on this thing, since this is the Shock Trooper / Viper arms, you get the full bend at the elbow. You get, since the head's on a ball joint, you get left to right, no problem. So we'll get him geared up. We'll come back. We'll talk final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're back, and here he is, all geared up, well, as geared up as he can be, with some gear to spare. And we'll let that spin around a couple times. And here's what I'll say. Not sure what he's hitting for on the secondary market. Could be between $15 and $25. I'm trying to stay a little on the conservative / reasonable side. Here's the deal. If you don't have at least one of these guys and you're a fan of this figure and its past iterations, you should definitely pick one up. No joke. Highly recommend it. Again, if it's been a gaping hole in your collection, I hope this video's offered some value, some extra insight that you may not have had prior to, and I hope it makes you able to make an informed decision. I see these guys on the boards for trade all the time, so that's a possible avenue. And yeah, so I want to say, guys, that's it for this video. Till next time, hope y'all take care. Catch y'all on the flip side, and thanks for tuning in.